This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Your donations are still needed to make sure that the area's homeless are safe this winter season. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Lisa Sugart in tonight for Ken Cara. Thank you for watching FYI, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information. Now here is our headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. A mine subsidence in Mahanoy Township has forced a family of 6 from their home. The massive hole opened up on Saturday night next to the home in Park Place. Sam and Tracy Quick and their 4 children were evacuated after they heard cracking sounds and found the 30-foot deep hole in their yard. The hole is against the back of the house and exposes the foundation. Federal and state officials, along with fire and emergency crews, responded to evaluate the situation. The family is staying with relatives. Sugarloaf Township Police conducted a traffic stop yesterday. They spotted a man in the back seat of a vehicle who had a warrant issued for his arrest. But when they pulled that car over, that man, 29-year-old Jeffrey Kaler of Hazel Township, fled on foot. Police caught him and found him in possession of heroin. Police also said Kaler spitted an empty bag of heroin at police, just missing contact with them. No injuries were reported. Hazel Township supervisors unveiled a proposed 2017 budget last night, and it does not raise taxes or fees. The budget totals just over $5,300,000. It keeps the real estate tax at 5.75 mils, and the garbage fee remains unchanged. The budget also includes a $1 million grant from the State Multimodal Transportation Fund that will be used to extend Hazel Township Boulevard and connect it with Route 93 near Arby's. Meanwhile, Hazleton City Council will hold a special meeting on Monday, November 28th at 6 p.m. The purpose is to discuss the city's budget for 2017 and vote on the budget ordinance on first reading. No other business will be conducted and no comments will be heard regarding any other matters. You can view that budget proposal at hazletoncity.org. Now, meanwhile, Hazleton City Council will hold its regular meeting tonight at 6 p.m. That meeting takes place in City Council chambers. A Hazleton woman was arraigned on Friday on 2 counts of felony arson. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, 52-year-old Karen Cabell was charged in connection with a fire at her home on West 1st Street back on October 26th. Cabell is a former member of Hazleton City Council. She was arraigned before Magisterial District Judge Thomas Mallow of Wilkes-Barre. Bail was set at $100,000. A Hazleton woman pleaded guilty to a fatal hit and run. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, 27-year-old Tiffany Marie Timko pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter during a hearing before Luzerne County President Judge Michael Barrace. The charge is a first-degree misdemeanor and holds a maximum penalty of 5 years in a state prison. Betty Salkolich, a mother of 7, was struck as she crossed South Main Avenue on February 4th of 2015. She died 8 days later. Well, your help is needed to ensure that a new homeless shelter in Hazleton can continue to help those in need. I'm pleased to welcome back Neil Oberto to our studios for an update on Giving Shelter, a campaign to help Divine Providence Homeless Shelter here in Hazleton. Neil is the Executive Director of Catholic Social Services. I hear good things are happening and people are responding.
Oh boy, it's just been overwhelming, and we're again so grateful to SSPTV, to the Standard Speaker, to United Way for putting this whole thing together. It's been tremendous.
Now, you had a really big donation recently involving bunk beds, so tell us about that.
Yes, just about 2 weeks ago, well, we received the donation of the mattresses that we had talked about, which was wonderful. And so Faith Assembly actually had not only purchased the wood, materials, I guess, for these bunk beds, and Lowe's as well helped them with that, but also members of the congregation came and assembled these bunk beds, which was just tremendous. This all happened about 2 weeks ago, and it just really gives more space in the limited amount of space that we have, and just it's wonderful.
Wow, and this is 24 bunk beds, so this is like not just one or two. This was a lot, so this was major.
Yes.
Also, I know the collection is continuing, the donations are continuing, but I know the shelter itself had applied, the city of Hazelton applied for a grant on your behalf. Any word on that?
Unfortunately, we did get word a couple of weeks ago that we didn't receive that grant. That was a grant that was going to be coming through the Department of Community and Economic Development for emergency sheltering. Unfortunately, it wasn't accepted.
That's bad to hear. I'm sorry to hear that. But hopefully the community, as they have been, will come forward and donations are accepted and donations of items. I guess you've been getting a lot of things. We've been getting things here as well. What do you still need in the donation category?
These donations have been such a tremendous help to us because if we didn't have these donations, we'd have to be out purchasing somehow or limiting the supportive services that we're providing to residents. So we're still in need of, well, we're always in need, but we're still looking for things like the paper products that we'd be able to serve meals on, the toiletry items, the continental breakfast items, because we try to give folks a little bit of something before they do leave in the morning. Some of the coats that we had talked about earlier, things like that.
Cleaning supplies, you said as well.
That's right. Thank you so much for.
Okay.
But cleaning supplies, which would be a tremendous help as well to help within the facility itself.
Neil, how many people have been taking advantage of the shelter?
Since we started 10 months ago, we're actually a little bit over 170 unduplicated individuals from within this community who have been able to take advantage of this.
Wow, that's amazing. Your help is still needed and will continue to be needed to maintain the shelter. So please drop off your donations of the items that Neil talked about, the paper products, the cleaning supplies. You can always give socks and underwear and sweatshirts and all those type of things, the continental breakfast supplies. Here at our studio, the Standard Speaker, also at the United Way office at Catholic Social Services and at the Laurel Mall. And if they want to make a monetary donation, what do they do?
They could call us up at Catholic Social Services, and I know you have the number on the screen, or well, call, and we could talk about that.
All right. Well, with your help, the shelter will be successful in helping those in need to get back on their feet. Still to come on FYI, Ken Cara has the details on the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders University camps and so much more. And Kent Jackson is back. He has another episode of Outdoor Exploring.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
Brandon's Forever Home is looking for some very special angels to help make this a blessed Christmas for children in foster care. They're looking for people to sponsor a foster child for the Christmas holiday. Now, if you can help provide a toy or clothing item that is requested by a child in foster care, please contact Brandon's Forever Home. To find out what items are being requested and are needed, you can call 570-497-4849 or 570-926-5117. This week, Kent Jackson is taking us mountain biking in his Adventures in Outdoor Exploring. This is something you told me that you can do each and every day, I guess, if the weather cooperates all year round.
Right, you can. It's good for any season of the year, and now they have what they call fat bikes with tires that are like motorcycles. You can even ride them in the snow if you want to. But there's ample opportunities around our area to ride bikes. The most famous is probably the Lehigh Gorge Trail. Whether you're in the Whitehaven end or the Jim Thorpe end, you can rent a bike in one of the towns if you don't have one, see if you like it, and that's a good way to get started. A rail trail is nice. There's no traffic to worry about. It's generally a flat or a very slow incline, and it's a chance to get out if you're along the water as you would with the Lehigh, or just in the Hazelton Rail Trail. You can see the different plant life, the barrens that you go through, the mountain laurel, all that, makes you feel good just being outside, and you get to see things as you would walking, but you get to see a little more of it because you're going marginally faster on the bike.
Now, for someone who's maybe not an experienced biker or what, should they start off slowly before they head out into mountain biking?
Yeah, the first time you're out on a trail, if you're going to go away, I would say don't try going more than 10 miles the first day if you haven't ridden a bike in a long time. You'll just get sore, or you'll be sore the next day, and then you won't want to do it again. So do less than you feel you can. Don't try to set a record. And also, if you're going away from home or away from where somebody can pick you up with a car, make sure you have a way to change your tire. That's the common malady that it will stop you dead, is if you get a flat tire. They're easy enough to change, but you should carry a spare tube and a pump with you, even on the rail trail, so that you can get home without having to push your bike 10 miles.
Any special gear we should be wearing? I mean, I guess especially this time of the year?
Well, you know, as the seasons change, you go from just maybe a t-shirt and shorts to wearing more layers. And I like to wear gloves, and as it gets even in the mid-40s, I like to wear an earmuffs or a hat or something, headband around the inside my helmet, because my ears and my fingers go cold first and maybe my toes next. But I always wear a helmet, and I think that's a good idea for people on a rail trail, on the highway, or anywhere else you're riding your bicycle.
And you take video when you go as well. You have the GoPro camera?
I put a GoPro mount on my helmet, and with the rail trail, you could do that with a cell phone, just holding it up. You're going slow enough and go along like that. The GoPro is nice if you're on a trail where you need both hands on the handlebars at all times, and you might be going a little faster or doing a few more turns or descents on single track that make dramatic footage that you could never get while you're riding your bike at the same time.
Any special places that you've gone that really stand out?
Well, I mentioned our rail trail in Hazleton and the Lehigh Gorge, and the nice thing about those, they're close to home, but you can also find more advanced riding at places like Swatara State Park. Mackinac has a new trail system. I've ridden around the Power Line roads in Lofty, some game lands, the Broad Mountain. But let me tell you, for game lands, stay off them now, October through the end of the flintlock season in late January. You're not allowed to ride on game lands. And some game lands aren't open to biking any time of the year, so you have to check. And that's a good idea wherever you check. If it's private property, even if it's public land, make sure it's a place that bicycling is allowed.
All right. Well, Kent is here each week with his adventures in outdoor exploring, but he's also in the Hazleton Standard Speaker every week as well, and they can see your column when?
On Sunday on the wildlife page in the back of the sports section.
All right, Ken Jackson, he'll be back again next week with more outdoor exploring.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
It was a lovely afternoon in our area today, weather-wise. Let's see what is in store for us for the rest of your work week. Here now is your forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight it looks partly cloudy with a low of 37. Turning to our 4-day outlook, a cloudy day tomorrow, a high of 51 degrees, cloudy tomorrow night with an overnight low of 38. The sunshine returns on Thursday, a high temperature getting up to 54. Clear skies overnight on Thursday with a low of 39. For Friday and Saturday, they both look good, sunny both days. Friday's high getting up to 60 degrees, overnight low of 41. Saturday a little cooler, a high of only 55, but there is a chance of showers at night, possibly rain, and yes, even snow showers. Cloudy skies with a low of 33 degrees. Well, I know it's a little bit premature, but we're going to already talk about First Friday for the month of December. And Krista Schneider is here, the Executive Director for the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, because you're looking for people to be involved in a little unique twist, I guess, on the First Friday.
That's right. It'll be here before we know it. We are celebrating a special event. It's going to be called the Wassail Fest. Most people don't know what that means. Wassailing, if you go wassailing, you go door to door, singing Christmas carols and sharing drinks. And so we're taking that and putting it downtown. So we're going to have all different merchants participating. They're going to be similar to the Wine and Chocolate Walk, hosting tastings, but this time it'll be Christmas cocktail type tastings and Christmas cookies. So the idea, though, is not just to do tastings, it's also to shop. So we're going to have guest retailers at all the locations that are participating. So you could come, you could sip, walk, and shop, and that's the Wassail Fest. And we have kids that are going to be participating in the Christmas caroling, and maybe a church choir or two. So we're really, really happy. It should be a fun, festive event.
That sounds really nice. I remember that song used to say, "Here we go, a wassailing."
Wassailing,
That's the
yeah.
only time I ever heard that word, I think.
Yeah.
But you're looking for vendors, so what do
Right.
they do?
Right, we're still accepting applications from retailers. So if somebody has, we're looking mostly for like handcrafted gifts. So if somebody's making, an artisan or crafter, or even an artist, and they want to sell their goods, their even baked items, whatever, we want to have their information, and we'll try to place them at a location along the route.
All right. So for all the information, they just go to your website?
Yep, downtownhazelton.org, everything's on there. You can purchase your tickets online, or just contact me if you want to be a retailer.
All righty, and you want to get those tickets fast because these events are getting more and more popular.
Yep, yeah, for sure.
All right. Already talking about the month of December, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be unique. So I hope you will be involved. And vendors, don't forget, get in touch with Krista so you can be part of all the fun. Time now for our home of the week. This week's home is a well-planned cedar chalet in beautiful Eagle Rock Resort in Drums. It offers a great ski view, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a finished basement. The main floor features a living room, dining area, kitchen, and master suite. Some of the extras are a screen porch, large deck, gas fireplace, and new carpeting. It's priced at $223,900. Call Diane if you're interested and for an appointment at 570-384-1362. Time now for our Pennsylvania Midday winning lottery numbers. The pick 2, 62. The pick 3, 859. The pick 4, 7242. And the pick 5, 58036. Good luck if you played. Kenny is in next with sports on FYI, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The Cunningham Crusher, Russ Kanzler, is back with us, working up in the front office now with the Rail Riders, Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, national champion Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, doing some marketing for them in our area. And Russ, you're running winter camps now for kids. This is the off season. You can learn from the best over here, former major leaguers. So what are the camps really about? And you'll be running them, you said, even in January and that, so people could still sign up.
This is our second year doing it. It's called the Rail Rider University. We started it last off season. We're hosting it at PNC Field. So the players that come of all ages, we go down from 8 years old all the way up to 18 years old. You can come in and hit in the facility that the rail riders get to use, the indoor cages, the pitching mounds. We have a catching clinic as well. So we're in the middle of one right now, and then we're going to start up another one in January that's going to go 6 weeks into mid-February. So, I'll be there doing some of the coaching, but we also bring another professional baseball player by the name of Joe McCarthy, who's a huge celebrity up in Scranton. He's a Tampa Bay Ray prospect, big prospect, was a first rounder out of the University of Virginia, won a College World Series there. So, between him and I think we have a good coaching staff and a lot of information to share. And we're also looking to bring one of those to Hazleton. Hopefully we'll be able to utilize one of our indoor facilities in Hazleton. And the nice thing about the camp is that not only do you get great instruction over a 6-week period a couple times a week, but we do give you a 10-game package to come out and see the Rail Riders over the course of the summer.
When you were coaching Little League, you told me, treat these kids like major leaguers, and they get to use the facilities up there and that, so you kind of get into that.
Yeah, and it's really cool. I mean, we give them a tour of the clubhouse, which the Rail Rider clubhouse is better, in my opinion, than a lot of major league clubhouses. So it's cool for the kids to walk in there and see what's inside the stadium that they don't get to see on a daily basis, coming and seeing the game, and kind of the routine that the players go through. It's a really cool experience, and we've had some great feedback.
And Russ, we talked about in the past when you first took this position even about how when the Rail Riders first came, when they were the Yankees up there, how maybe connecting with the fans was a little bit difficult. It's amazing the transformation from that to winning minor league organization of the year. That's a big honor, and you mentioned some of the things that helped them get there.
We have a great relationship with the Yankees, and I think our success is transparent to the Yankees' success, and you see the change that they've made at the upper level of making it a priority now to have a youth movement in the game where they're putting more priority on their younger players and their younger prospects. So there's excitement at the park. There's a reason to go to the stadium now, not to watch the washed up has-been like me playing as a backup to somebody at the major league level. But no, in all seriousness, you have 20, 21-year-old, 22-year-old prospects that could be Yankees for a long time. So that's definitely part of our success from the business end, and from the playing end. I mean, they had a phenomenal team this year with a great manager in Al Padrique, who was the International League Manager of the Year, well deserved. Obviously, the national championship title is huge. That's a great honor for us, and we get to host the game next year. So we're looking forward to promoting that as well.
Yeah, national championship game will be up there in Music. You said national television, so that's a huge deal. And Russ, it's so cool. Also what you brought back to Hazleton. You brought the championship trophy, national championship trophy around the area once already. You stopped at Brandon's Forever Home. There's a little donation there from Pierogi Night. So giving back to the community a little bit.
That's a huge priority for us. I mean, I think I spoke at that event when we were with Brandon's Forever Home. There's so much more. There's so many things that are more important than baseball, and we recognize that as a business. We want to plug ourselves into the community, and we want to help out where we can. I mean, we're part of the Yankees organization, which is one of the most successful organizations in the world in anything, sports, et cetera. So we want to make sure that we give back to the community where we can, and our big target area for that is Hazleton. Well, obviously, we want to make partnerships with businesses in the Hazleton area and look for sponsors and ticket sales and all that stuff, but we really want to hone in on the nonprofits as well, and hopefully help change lives along with these great nonprofits that we have in the area.
We're going to bring Russ back to talk a little bit about baseball, because he's not washed up. Don't listen to what he has to say. We're going to talk about his success against a big major leaguer right now. Stop in Bottlenecks on Tuesday for their traditional bone-in wing night. 50 cents a wing. Add a small order of fries for only $1.50.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Holy Family Academy will be holding a gift card and toy bingo Sunday, December 11th. Doors open at noon, early bird at 1, and regular games begin at 1:30. Every winner gets a new toy or gift card. Cost is $10 for 10 regular games. Seats are limited. Call for tickets or info 570-455-9431. And finally, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, will be having a pierogi and halushki sale Friday, November 18th from 10 a.m. to 5:30. Please call ahead to secure your order, 570-929-2179. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Christopher J. Nahay of Hazel Township. Funeral is Thursday at 8 p.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. John G. Goldstone, formerly of Hazleton. Funeral is Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the Firo Funeral Home. Friends may call Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. Rosemary Eileen Dunn. Services are Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Arthur K. Bell of Freeland. Arrangements will be announced by the Butler Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Carolyn F. Vargo, formerly of Hazleton. Mass is Friday at 10:30 a.m. at the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary Roman Catholic Church. No calling hours are scheduled. Arrangements are by the Heinzelman Funeral Home. Leon C. Buffington of Cunningham. Arrangements will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. And Helen M. Kokinda of Hazel Township. Arrangements will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Gerard Biazzo of Drums. Gerard, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Thank you for watching FYI this evening. That will do it for us tonight. If you're out and about shopping, remember to pick up an item to help out the Hazleton Homeless Shelter. It will be greatly appreciated.